Big game changer coming. But I'm going to start in chapter 2, verse 12. We're going to call this the way back to God, the way back to God. And I have to say, I have shed tears this week, every day, over Joel 2:12. Sorry. I just can't get over Joel 2:12. Yet, even now, what? I can be like this, I can act like this, I can do like this, I can live like this. He must be so angry with me. Loves you, loves you, loves you, wants you, waiting for you. Come on, say it. Say, yet even now. I don't ever want to get over that. Yet even now, when you've run so far and rebelled so long and refused so vehemently and said out loud, or at least under your breath, it'll be a cold day in hell before I will. Yet even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and with mourning. With all your heart there is, listen, nothing else matters now. I'm not thinking about my kids. I'm not thinking about my career. I'm thinking about one thing. I'm going to be as right with, as close to, as deep into my walk with the Lord as I have ever been in my life before, and nothing is going to get in the way of that for me. I have not hit my high water mark spiritually. I am not going to the grave with these struggles. I am going further and deeper into Him, and I can be confident of the reception that I will receive. You say, but how would I do that? How would I do that? Note this. I will return intensely. I will return intensely. That's what's meant by with all of your heart. Do you see it there? Do you see with all of your heart? You can't phone this in. You can't half measure this. You can't get this done in a Thursday morning Bible study. Notice the three prescriptions. Fasting, weeping, mourn. How will I know I want to return? All in favor of returning to God with my whole heart? I want to return to God with my whole heart. How will I know when I'm doing that? Give me an assignment, please. Okay. Fasting, weeping, mourning. You say, that doesn't sound like a great week to me. But this is our problem, isn't it? We only want the dessert. We don't want the main course. We only want the result. We don't want what we have to do to get there. Fasting, abstaining from food for measured periods of time to heighten my hunger for God. How many here would be dissatisfied with their current spiritual high water mark? But have you ever fasted? See, we fill ourselves up with food and fun and frivolity, and we're so satisfied that we drift off to sleep in a pleasure coma and then wonder why we can't get up fresh and seek God. Tozer said, we have been caught in the spurious logic of believing that having found Him, we need no longer seek Him. Tozer also said, there will be no manifestation of God to His people that is not preceded by intense longing. So fasting, weeping, tears, tenderness, no more my eyes are dry, And then mourning, just grief and sadness, godly sorrow. It is hard work. Our appetites for God are conditioned by 60-second commercials and 40-word tweets and drive through everything. How long is this going to take again? I'm a pretty busy guy. But if we keep doing what we've always done, we'll keep getting what we've always gotten. You say, I want something different. With weeping and mourning, notice this, Jesus quoted this actually, rend your hearts and not your garments. In Old Testament times, they would take a piece of burlap and they would rough cloth, they would wear sackcloth. It was a symbol of discomfort. Anybody want to wear a sackcloth sweater to church with a sackcloth undershirt and sackcloth underwear? Yes? Yes? No, but it was supposed to be uncomfortable. A radical rejection of externals. And when struck by grief, they would rend their garments. And it got to the place where they were offering God the symbol and not the reality. They go, look how upset I am. I'm so upset. Look at me tearing my clothes. I'm so upset. But they weren't upset. They were offering to God the appearance of these returning elements, but not the reality.
Yes,